Look at her paws, dude.
She's got the toughest feet.
So, where did you come from today?
Is any of this information stuff that I can't put out like on Facebook or anything? Okay, good. Well, I rode in from Fort Davis. I've had a couple of days of really bad wind.
Oh yeah.
And so,
so you came from down there.
yeah. So
Davis is behind these low hills.
in fact, the hill furthest in the distance, I came from there. That's around Alpine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can see where you came from over there. So you recognize Mitre Peak, that Q-shaped mountain there.
Yeah, I do. I do.
And the road, there are some low hills to the left of that that are arranged in a sort of a circular plan with flat irons up at about 15 or 20 degrees.
Correct.
That, you came around the left side of that, you came across that 10 miles of plain outside of Alpine, and you dropped into Muskie's Canyon, and that comes around the left side of that laccolith. That's an intrusion that erosion scalped off the top, so you can see how all the rocks around it were dragged up.
Yeah. I'm saying yes like I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, the Legolith, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are all volcanoes. There are 5 big volcanoes out here, but there are no primary volcanic forms left. Erosion, what you're seeing is the effect of erosion on all of this stuff. So. Anyway, you came up Muskie's Canyon. You might have, if you were looking, you might have seen their ponds and streams.
I saw those beautiful pond and beautiful stream, lots of duck, and lots of animal there.
Permanent springs there.
Beautiful water. Beautiful.
And then you popped out onto this sister plain on the other side of that volcanic, those volcanic outcrops, and then it was a few miles into Fort Davis.
Yeah. It was a great ride that day. A little bit of a headwind. I've been fighting headwind off and on. Even today, I started out really nice, and once I got to about that straightaway down there, it just was head on, and I was crawling, and that makes going up a hill even harder.
I know, it's dreadful. I'll ride down to Fort Davis and back, unless it's dreadful winds. But if I go to Alpine, I'll just ride there only if there's a tailwind, then dead will try to back. I'm too old to do the round trip.
Man, I did Big Bend, and I had a great tailwind, 70-something miles from 10 to 5, and with the trailer and my dog.
Oh yeah.
But it was like a 25, 30. It was amazing. It was like sailing.
We've had some terrible winds out here last week, and dust storms a little over a week ago.
I was in Marathon during that, so really bad.
When Charles was here, he was going the other way.
So you get to see a lot of fantastic people from warm showers, right?
Yeah. It's, so far it's been really neat.
I think the bicycling community is a group of people that care about themselves, and that care is manifest in the way they care about the world around them. And so...
Yeah, well, I guess eventually we'll have a bad warm showers experience, but it hasn't happened yet.
I have yet to have one, so, I mean, everybody, even in Marathon, I stayed out at the hostel, which was a kind of a unique place, but fantastic people. I lost a couple of things, and turned out they were just my loss, and I found both of them in the same place I left them.
Yeah,
so.
There's
well, here's waya way up on top of a telescope. Whoever thought this little puppy dog would get to do that? So let me show you all this magnificent view.
You're heading out then towards Kent.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do Kent by tomorrow. I think if the wind is not terrible, even if the wind is bad, I think I'm going to make it.
Okay, you've heard the spiel in my rant, do not camp at Kent.
No, I haven't, but tell me the spiel, because is it dangerous?
First of all, Kent Mercantile is closed. It just closed. So there's no services at Kent.
Yeah, I've heard there's not even water.
There's no water there. They say on the Venture Cycling maps apparently to camp behind the store, but that puts you about 25 feet from locomotives that go by all night.
Yeah.
There's dirty diapers back there. People use it as a junk stop.
Those people are definitely not cyclists.
Not something nobody has said anything nice about Kent. In fact, people said it was the worst experience of their rides.
Yeah.
So stealth Kent before you get to Kent, or just go on to Van Horn.
Yeah, how much further is it to Van Horn? I've got a friend I'm going to meet. Hopefully I'm going to try to do Kent tomorrow, a nice easy day, and then Van Horn the next day, and then
would stealth camp then, either before or after camp.
That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do.
Don't tweak the camp.
I had a great camp last night, man. Except for Javelina in the stupid park, I get so mad. For 4 or 5 hours, I had to deal with it. But when they finally left me alone, I had a hammock set up with a sleeping mat on it and a 20-degree bag, and everybody's like, "You're in a hammock?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's fantastic."
Yeah,
it was
got a few hammock sleepers around here. But the most interesting about hammock is your camera, your iPad falls out of it with you, and then it's smashed, and you have to.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking about getting an iPad. I've got my laptop with me. Can we walk on around and just kind of get a view of that?
So you can see Van Horn from here. Those low
no kidding.
In the very, very distance. It's kind of too hazy today, but that's part of that mountain range there.
So, guys, I'm going to ride to there. I'll be there in 2 days. When you're here and you look at that, you can't even see it on my camera lens, but that looks like a long, long, long way. And yeah, well, really it is.
So, 40 or 50 miles.
Yeah. Not too bad though. And the silhouette, I got to turn this camera off for just a second and get some pictures of this because that's beautiful.